Can everyone see my slides?
Not yet.
Okay.
No.
Should be popping up soon.
Yeah, the screen changes if we're gonna see something, but it's not up yet.
Okay. I re-prepared it, so. Hi, Emma. Hi. Oh, I think Emma's joining again.
Try click.
How do you pronounce your name? Is Eclemus? Can everyone see the slides? Yeah. Okay.
Not yet.
Nandi can see them. Hey.
Hey. Okay, so this is, look, to break the ice, I guess. I'm figuring out trying to use Teams on my laptop for this specifically. And the background is giving me issues because, you know, you can't just like log into the regular stuff with the login they've given us, or maybe you can, but regardless, it will only give me the option to blur. But I don't know how to add in the picture through here.
If you're using the browser, then you won't be able to add the picture.
So I started off with that, but then I'm in Teams, which as you probably noticed, I'm not logged in. That's why I wasn't able to just get in. But so it is the app, and it will let me blur. Like for more, it just says show background effects. There's no option to add any pictures. So that's weird. So I'm just giving a disclaimer.
Okay, no worries.
Okay.
It's all good. But everyone can see the slides, correct?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, sorry.
I can see them.
I'm not seeing anything but a blank screen.
It's just black.
Just black.
I see the time to engage the picture. Is that what you have up there, Crystal?
All right. How about now? No, I'll just do it the old-fashioned way. I'll just present via my screen and just share my window. I think that's guaranteed to work. But I hope everyone is well and no issues in that.
There we go.
Okay. I was trying to share through PowerPoint, but that didn't want to work in my favor, so that is all good. So we'll just do it this way. All right. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining. This is the Region 5 breakout. And for those who don't know me, my name is Crystal Folks, and I'll give an opportunity to get everybody on the board to introduce themselves, and glad for you to join. We have kind of quick announcements, but we just kind of wanted to just make sure that everyone was clear what the Region 5 vision was, and do a roll call, meet the board, We have some calendar events that we're going to talk about that's going to come out soon. We have some open positions if you're still interested for that. And then we'll have a Q&A. For time's sake, I think we'll pass through the icebreaker and then we'll just leave more time for Q&A. I think that would be more critical, but we'll do a quick roll call for the chapters. So I see NSBE AP is here. So I'm thinking that's Austin Professionals. Emma, I'm not sure what chapter you're from.
I'm with Aeronautics, Lockheed Aeronautics.
Okay. Okay, so that's the Fort Worth LMAO chapter, correct?
Correct.
And then I see aerospace membership. Is that also Lockheed, or is that Boeing, or Space Professionals, Houston Space?
Or space, but I mean, I just moved down to Texas, right? So I'm here to like find a region for myself.
Okay. And then can you put your name in the chat so I can have that?
Okay.
All right, I believe that's all the representatives. Oh, I see CJ. CJ, what chapter are you representing?
Hi, my name is CJ Kirk. I'm the National Professionals College Leadership Chair. So I have been in Region 2 and I just relocated to Region 5. So not really part of a chapter, but I'm in Fort Worth. That counts for anything.
Okay. So you know you're gonna join DFW then, huh?
Yeah, I grew up out here.
Okay, very cool. Well, nice to meet you. Emma's Lockheed Aero. All right. I think we have everybody who is on this list. All right, so that's basically the roll call. Like I said, we're going to pass through the icebreaker. It was just a couple of questions just to kind of get everybody engaged, but I think we'll have some time to network after in the closing portions. So feel free to ask any questions throughout this presentation. So I'm going to introduce the board, and the first person we're going to start with is Annette. And I'll let you introduce yourself, Annette.
Hello, everyone. My name is Annette Conley. I work at Lockheed Aeronautics, so I'm a part of that chapter as well. This is my second term serving in this role. And so as Crystal has up for me, the goals that I have this year are supporting securing funds for a 3 program, working with the finance chair to do that. Happy to have one this year because we haven't in the past. So looking forward to that help. Also to improve the documentation of the treasurer's process. So it'll make it easier for the one coming up next after me. There's definitely a lot of documents flying around, so I want to kind of make that more concise. And Crystal, I think there is one missing, and my phone is dead, or else I will look it up myself. But it's lost me right now.
I think it's just aligning with regional and PEB, but I left that since it wasn't really chapter related. So.
Okay, well, we'll leave it at that. So yes, but I definitely look forward to engaging more, especially after the year that we've had. So just definitely doing everything that I can to support the chapter and get everyone the funds that they need. So that's all for me.
Thank you. Next, we have Kendrick. I see that he's not on a call, but Kendrick's our finance chair. We're glad to have a finance chair because that's been a position that we haven't had filled for quite some time. But his goals are to create repeatable process as well. That's sustained with partners. So that's our solicitation packet, programs that we can just basically rinse and repeat. Our goal for this year is really to keep things as simple as possible. So we want to get more involved with CPP and Convention Planning Committee and more collaboration with the Collegiate REB. and also create 4 new partnerships and sponsorships so that we can continue that sustained funding for our region. We have Nandi.
Hi, good evening. My name is Nandi Smith. I am serving as your Region 5 Professionals Publicist. Last year I served as Public Relations Chair, so kind of continuing some of that same work. My goals this year are to continue posting on our social media outlets, which currently include LinkedIn, Instagram, and Twitter, as well as Facebook. I would like to post at least once a week, and then also continuing to disseminate an online newsletter at least once a month. You guys are up to date on some of the things happening regionally and nationally. And then this year, I would like to create a regional, not just communications, but a regional chat for all of our regions so that we can have a membership zone, finance zone, communication zone, and program zone for all chapters to kind of collaborate together. So stay tuned for that. Crystal's going to talk about that a little bit more at the end.
And next we have Mike.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Mike Jackson here. As far as me, this is my first term serving on the Regional Professional Executive Board, reconnecting with NSBE this year, and really honored and happy to be serving you guys as the membership chair. 2 goals I have is supporting and helping chapters remain active and help with engagement with local chapter initiatives and activities, helping aid and understand the membership needs and drive action to the Professional Executive Board. So, you know, what I'm really looking forward to, kind of getting back in the NSBE lane here is number 1, getting to know the chapters, getting to know each of you and how to do those 2 goals, how best to be efficient at it, and also helping to increase membership numbers. One thing that was shared with me with National Membership Chair was they're looking to roll out a membership drive and incentivize it. So I'm looking for them to develop that further and formally put that out and see if we can help bolster our membership numbers in Region 5. So happy to be here and thank you.
All right, we have our Chair Emeritus.
Yes, I'll be very quick. I'm Gregory Reeves Jr. I'm the Chair Emeritus. So my goals really this year is just basically to assist what Crystal needs. As the former chair, I kind of know some things that she's going through. So wherever she needs me at, I'll jump in and help her out.
Thanks. All right. And so once again, my name is Crystal, and this is my vision. The theme is Live in the 5. So I hope you'll get excited about how I can help move the needle, move NSBE towards Game Change 2025. And so my first part of the 5, which is the acronym I'm going for, is Fortified Partnership. So a big thing I'm really trying to help is working with strategic corporate partners, so our BCA sponsors, and really trying to figure out how to make programs that it required them to invest more than just money, but programs that actually develop our, so we're talking about those master classes. So can we get master classes? And I think some companies are starting to really get that idea of, can we get master classes that, you know, teach training? We had like AWS certifications. So things that it's more than just money that's donated to us, but it's actually programming that can help excel us in our professional careers across our different engineering disciplines in STEM. So I think those are the types of programs that we want to partner so that year after year, we have a pipeline of programming to funnel professional development at all stages. We are working to work with the regional collegiates to basically have a task force that kind of helps solve those communication gaps. I'm working really hard with Region 5 to kind of make sure that we have those communication early. So that's kind of been kind of like, how do we early get bylaws, early communication, and working with those data. So working with WHQ to get the data correct so that we can actually, you know, now I could tell you all the PCI chapters in this area so that you can tell a parent that wants to sign their student up for NSBE, or if they're at school, this is chapters that are active and it's easy to find that information without digging too much. So that's kind of where I'm trying to focus and help with those efforts, and as well as kind of work with SIGs. So we have some programs down the line where we're going to actually partner with SIGs and actually have workshops specifically for Region 5 at FRC, as well as just this kind of different programming that we're going to do throughout this year and next year, so that we can make sure that you're leveraging and also get involved in a SIG. I think it's important to find a SIG that, you can, that tailors to you, so that you can actually get that benefit of your membership. Really try to influence participation. We're really trying to bolster up those inactive chapters. So this year we're targeting like Arkansas, Oklahoma, Tulsa, and Louisiana. And I know they've been doing well in the past, but they kind of fell off. And so we're really trying to work with them to make sure that they get back active. As things have, the pandemic, as well as just over the years, we seem to see participation dwindle, and they're also a big portion of our region, right? We're pretty healthy in Texas, but I think we suffer in the other, other states where they're not, we don't have that participation, and then we can see that participation dropping. And as we saw that our numbers actually are the biggest dip out of any region. And we are usually the largest region, but we're not anymore. So we really have some improvement to figure out how can we help engage. So with, we have some COVID protocols with NSBE, but our goal is actually to go to those cities, as well as do, there's a couple of regions. Region 4 had started this program called sister chapters. And so, like large chapters like Houston Professionals, Lockheed Aero, Dallas DFW, really work with those chapters so that they can partner with a maybe inactive smaller chapter, and then they can become sister chapters, or help each other and help them build up their board and share their best practices, so that those chapters can get the resources and best efforts. And so part of that is why we're going to put out a schedule for all our regional meetings coming up in the next couple of weeks. But part of that is also giving you a chapter that's going to work with you, so that you can develop those chapters and really help them move that needle forward, so that they can start to grow their membership up, right? And give a voice. So we want to have some more opportunities to hear feedback, get what you need, right? If you need more documentation, you need stuff to present to companies, you need help with templates, let us know how we can help you. I do have a couple of, people who ask like, hey, I need to get to this chapter, that chapter, or I need something that I could present at my company, to my ERG, or maybe executive sponsor. How can I get that from NSBE? And that's the type of conversations where we're like, hey, how do we get this document? So trying to figure the ways to support you in any way possible. If we can support and make things bigger, connect chapters together, any ways that we can help. So we're going to be doing a little bit more of surveys, direct contact. So don't feel, if you see me, email you, and really trying to figure out how to get more participation, and just kind of figure out like what's going on, like why people don't renew, why people, is it a local chapter thing? Do they find that they don't get the value of the membership value? So whatever that is that you think that, you could get feedback to us, let us know, and we could try to funnel that up and try to support you. And then for our board, I don't know why that's there, but for our board, we want to establish leadership growth for each of my members. So whatever they want to accomplish, I want to make sure that they have a goal. And our board this year, I said, hey, just pick 3 goals, and we're going to keep it simple. We're a small board, so I didn't want to overwork, burn out anyone. So if you're interested in joining our board, that is something that I'm really passionate about, because we just know that, hey, let's keep it simple. Let's be good at something and execute and be successful at that, and then work on a transition strategy. I think that's a big thing for NSBE. A lot of follow up is, we have Mike, who's a new, rejoining Region 5 for quite a time. And it's like, there's not a lot of stuff he has to go and dig into a document. It's like, what is a good, like, hey, we can hand him off, he can take a training and he's good to go. He knows how to execute and take the ground running. So figuring out how we could better transition. And I think that's something a PEB is looking at as a whole. I know Dr. Rove kind of quickly talked about that before we transitioned here. And then kind of just simplify, reevaluate tools. So I've been working with WHQ All Up to kind of help with some of this Microsoft transition, because I do work for Microsoft. And so been really trying to figure out how we can simplify some of our tools and make processes better. I think a lot of the thing that we think about is like, big feedback we get is like, hey, you know, our customer service as NSBE is really poor, right? I have to go, I email NSBE and I don't know who to contact if I need to fix my membership. I need to do this. I don't know who to email. I don't know who to contact for, you know, I need to find a NSBE junior chapter. So because of that, we just trying to find ways to make things a lot easier. You can connect with the right person and get the answers you need quicker. So that is pretty much my goals and visions with Live in the 5. And I'll leave that for any questions. You could put it in the chat, or if you could want to come off mute, feel free to answer, or if you have a question about anybody else's goals that they have previously mentioned. If not, I'll move forward, but just feel free to come off mute. All right, so we have a couple of announcements. We have the regional meetings calendar. So starting in October, we'll have a regional meeting once a month. It's going to be on the second week of every month. We haven't decided the date, so it will be on the same day of the week. So it's kind of like a GBM, but for the region. So we're going to stick to that model and then publish it for the full year, so you already know exactly when the region is going to have a call. And I think that's a great way to keep you informed. The idea here is to actually partner with some chapters. So if your chapter wants to be able to be like the hosting region as well, hosting chapter with the region, it's a way for other chapters to learn about what you got going on. And it's kind of like a show and tell. So it's kind of like each chapter will have an opportunity to share what they've been doing, either help, you know, with the speaker. We could get a speaker together, and so we can work together to kind of have a regional GBM, right? So that is kind of the cool way to get more people involved, engaged, and understand what's going on in different cities and what's happening in NSBE in Region 5. So that is something that I'm looking to schedule out. So that will have the schedule of town halls, socials, and some other signature programs that we'll have. And so that calendar will be out, obviously it would be publicized and also emailed that you could share within your chapters. So that's some new things here. We do have some positions open. So these are on the left side, it has a general board requirements. So just time commitment is usually 8 to 12 hours a month. Executive role responsibilities, you have to be a paid national member with any, and you have to, you know, make sure you had a degree, so we make sure that. But other than that, it's pretty straightforward to join. We have a lot of open positions. The highlighted here, like the bold here, I'm really looking for a chair-elect in a program. So we do have somebody who's very interested in secretary. So I didn't put that person on the list, but those are the two positions that I'm really trying to fill the first, because those are the admin positions that I think carry the heaviest weight. But if you are interested in any of these positions, that you have the skill sets, feel free to still apply. I'm just letting you know that I'm really looking for a chair-elect and a programs chair. Okay. All right. And so how will you application? So if we do have an application that comes in, we'll be doing for the elected positions, we'll do election via email. So if you don't have a delegate in your NSBE Connect, we'll just send it to the president, vice president of the chapter. And those, after that, we'll have 48 hours to respond. So as we're rolling on, we'll just try to email people who applied to the position. And so we'll just kind of keep it flowing without having to hold a full a GBM or an elected meeting, official meeting to do that. So we'll be just doing vote by email. So similar how we did it before at convention, we'll just do email and then we'll go from there. So just look out for that if you have any questions on people who are going to be elected. And then last but not least, we have the regional Slack. So I know Nandi kind of shared that she wanted a way for us to communicate. So for chapter leaders, we have the teams that you could use. But for the feel free to use the Region 5 channel and actually use that within teams. So feel free to add your whole Insider Executive Board to the teams as a guest, and then we'll be able to, hi Russell, just be able to say, hello. But what this is here is you could add other members from your chapter, right? So this is, beyond your executive board, right? Hey, you want, we're gonna post, program zone stuff. We could add your chapter leaders as well in Slack, as well as if you want to add like your professional members, just add them there, right? So, we had an idea of probably using GroupMe or different things, but Slack is the best way where we can have different topics where, it's not as, you could subscribe to what you want to get information to. And so that option of opting in channels, I think is a better approach. And then you could get those announcements that you need. So that's just like a quick touch point of, hey, this is coming out the pipeline. This is a program going on. Here's the event and flyer. And you get kind of first access to some of those events and announcements. And it's just a way to get engaged, right? So if people are doing study groups or entertainment or watching a game, that's kind of a quick way for us to kind of socialize. And I think that's a cool idea. And so thank you, Nandi, for doing that. The Slack channel is just the same thing as all our social media, which is R5 NSBE Pros, so it's easy to join. So that will be the Slack channel. And if you have any technical difficulties, just let Nandi know and she will kind of assist you. I know I'm over a minute, so I'm going to just keep going. But this is the questions are general. If you want to email Region 5, it's R5PEB. So just let us know if you have any questions, but I will leave it open to questions if you do have any. And we could answer that before we jump to back to the main session. So Emma, I tried to pronounce your name, Clemius R? E? Is that how you pronounce your name? CJ, do you have anything you want to add or? Any questions?
Hey, no, I was just listening in.
Okay. Well, if there's no questions, I thank everybody for their time. Feel free to reach out to anybody on this board. This presentation will be on all the presentation slides will be there. So look forward. Me and Nandi will be doing the communication zone tomorrow, as well as the automation tools workshop. So feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions prior, and we'll be glad to help. All right. Thank you, everyone. I think it's time to jump back. Feel free to put in the survey. I'm going to copy this link and let us know how this workshop went. If there's any feedback that you can give us. I'm gonna, long link, sorry, but all right. So if you could fill out the survey, this would be appreciated. And then I could go back and get the main day one slides. Or the day one link to the other teams for everybody. You don't have that. Oh, thank you, Nandi. All right, everyone, thank you. And look forward to hearing back more